That's how I healed from divorce and made $1 million. So 7 years ago, I decided that I was going to walk away from my marriage because I found out that my ex-husband was cheating with multiple people and wasn't stopping. And so I decided that I was going to go through the process of healing. And so one of the first things I did was I went ahead and enrolled in therapy. And my first therapy session, I told my therapist, I don't want to focus on the marriage. I want to focus on what caused me to choose him as a spouse. And so we did that. And then I also enrolled in an online therapy. That way I was like reading a book, walking through, more of emotional traumas and all the type of stuff and dealing with things that way. Also, because I'm a Christian, I focused on Jesus. I was just like, okay, Jesus, if you want to show up for me in any way possible, this is the time when you need to show up. And that's exactly what he did. And so I really focused on therapy. And then I started walking through what we call deliverance, where I had to go through the process of asking myself, of like, what is actually going on the inside of me that's not necessarily like psychological, that could be something more spiritual, sinister, or whatever. And so we started walking through a generational trauma, generational stuff, all the things. When I tell you that the deliverance was exactly what I needed, it was quite traumatic, and thank God for therapy doing the whole process with that. So then also what I did was I started a business. So I got a job that was paying me over 6 figures, but I also had an entrepreneurial background for many, many, many years. So I started a business and made over $200,000 in that business very quickly. Then about 18 months later, I started a second business, turned that into a 6-figure business. And then I stopped the first business and I adopted a different business and then made $1 million, through the process of all that. And so